Hello. So it's been a while. It's actually been, I think, like 6 weeks since I last actually checked in on YouTube. Life's been pretty crazy. TS Health and Fitness is growing. Business is busy. Training's going. I love training, so that's what it is. What I thought I would do is I would just kind of jump on, try and get you caught up. These first 5 weeks have been very underwhelming. And I done a post a long time ago about this, about how underwhelming fat loss is. I also done a post a while ago about how fat loss feels. And I almost feel like I maybe should have documented this a bit more over the past 5 weeks, because I feel that's the kind of time span a lot of people get to and then give up. Not too much has changed. You can maybe see my face is a little bit slimmer, it's not as bloated. In the 5 weeks I have lost 6.7 kilos, which is just over a stone. This is the first time in my life that fat loss has been like easy. I don't actually feel too pushed. I don't feel like I'm having to do loads. That could be for a few reasons. My stress, I don't feel too stressed just now. I'm not stressed like I normally am. It's like a good stress I've got just now. Sleep for some reason, and Rachel at Walker Massage, I did jinx myself. Last night my sleep was fucking terrible. I nearly said the F word. It was absolutely terrible. I think I maybe got like 3-4 hours if I'm lucky. I can feel my face going red for nearly swearing. I do swear, but I don't know. In case my mum or dad watch this, I think I do swear. I think I've sworn for both of them, but I'm a bit embarrassed. But yeah, sleep was terrible, but it's been pretty good recently. And if sleep's up, what's happening is your body isn't signaling that you're tired, and when you're tired or your energy's low, your body signals to eat more. And because I've been sleeping so well, I feel like I'm not as hungry as I was before, so that's probably helping. I've been in a very good routine now for like 3 years with my eating. I've been eating very healthy, and I've been in a pretty much similar routine since I started with Vaughn Wilson, my coach, VW Physique. He instilled, like, I always tried to eat healthy before, but I was very flexible, so I would eat kind of whatever I wanted. I maintained decent shape, and I managed to lose like 16 kilos in 12 weeks before I started with him, taking that approach. However, I can remember feeling much like I was more bored, like I was frustrated. And then once we hit the meal plan and there was like a serious health focus, getting as much green and leafy veg in, things like a few things that I hadn't ever thought about that were potentially too obvious. I've ate pretty much the same foods, other than when I was at like the peak of my off season or my gaining phase. When I was eating a lot of processed foods just because it was easy to eat them. I've eaten pretty much the same foods, pretty much the same meals, and I think doing that has made this feel much easier. I've been able to just transition from the portion size to like a bigger portion size to a smaller portion size, and I think that's made it feel much, much easier. Other things, potentially I think the stress part has been a big part of it. I've not had to stress so much about work. I've not had to stress a lot about everything going on, trying to build up the business. I am still stressing about building the business, but the stress is different now. Like when I dieted down that first time, I think I only had like between 10 and 15 clients. And I think like in a bad week or a bad month, they could all go. So not a bad, it could just be like the end of their block. But I think I've got a different sort of stress now. It's just different. And I think that's been a big part. I do think sleep as well. And I think being in that healthy eating routine. So my normal, and this is something that I preach a lot to clients and I've posted about it, is you've got to improve your normal. So my normal was already probably something that people like I could brag about. I could say like, look how well I've eaten today, look at this is what I've chose over that. Like my normal was pretty good. So again, it's been very underwhelming. Even this is boring. I know it's boring. I'm going to try and keep this to like 10 minutes, so I'm going to try and speed up. Calories have already been reduced once in that time, so they're now down to 2,715 on training days, and that's 230 grams of protein, 325 grams of carbs, and 55 grams of fat. And then on non-training day, protein's just slightly lower, it's 225, carbs are down 210, and fat's still 65. And that's still quite a lot of food. I get to eat 6 meals on training days, and I have 5 meals on non-training days. I did post up on Instagram yesterday a training day, but if you have any questions about the foods I'm eating and why, just let me know. Cardio at the minute is 4 times 35. That's been increased by 5 minutes just last week. The whole purpose of cardio is not like a secret fat loss solution. Cardio is just purely to increase my total daily energy expenditure. Exercise is the smallest part. That's the least calories that you burn in a day. We're just adding a bit more cardio in. I think partly to keep food up, so food's still nice and high, but I'm burning more calories, so energy balance stays in that calorie deficit. All that means is I'm eating less calories than what my body's doing over the day. Steps are still 10,000. Training, well, I've just already mentioned I love training. I just like the mental battles. I like I learn every session I go in. I feel how something moves, or like I can feel it, and I try and manipulate movement while I'm doing it. So like potentially pull my elbows back, push my elbows forward, squeeze my pecs together, try and think of moving different bones and joints to cause a muscle to contract harder. And I really enjoy that. It's like a bit of problem solving. It can be frustrating when weight on bar or the weight I'm trying to lift doesn't go up, but that's just part and parcel of training. It's all going pretty well so far. I've not even got after videos. I definitely have a stone is noticeable. Anybody that loses a stone, it's going to be noticeable. However, I'm not ripped by any means. I'm nowhere near where I was in 2019. I think that'll still be 8 to 10 weeks before I'm even close to that. And it is 15 weeks now until my first show. I'm going to do an Instagram post about that tonight, I believe. 15 weeks sounds like a long time to a lot of people, but 15 weeks is all I've got to get in the best shape of my life before people start judging me, before, well, the public will judge me, because I've no doubt I'll post a picture of it to try and either show it off or explain that what I've done's not what you probably want to do. Again, I just kind of wanted to catch up. I wanted to just say hi. I wanted to just remind you guys that I'm still here. And I do want to do this to have a benefit to you. And I do hope that you can understand that what I'm doing is very extreme. And I'm going the most direct route from A to B, where most of you will be fine zigzagging a little bit and waving to getting, to feel better. Whereas what I'm doing is extreme. I'm pushing my body to the absolute limit. I know just now I seem real chilled out and relaxed, and you're like, oh, I want to do what he's doing. But honestly, it's complete way of life. And trust it to start being nice with all the beer gardens open as well. I'm not craving any foods. This time round, I don't feel nearly as food focused. I can remember last time thinking I can't wait for donuts, I can't wait for pizza. Whereas this time round, I do crave booze. I don't know what it is. There's a feeling that you get, or that I get, when you're in the pub. You've got a bit of money in your pocket. You know you've got enough for a day out. You know you've got enough for a couple of rounds to buy everybody a drink. And I I crave that feeling. But I know that feeling will be there once I'm done with all this. I did crave a pint on Saturday when it was beautiful sunshine, and I knew a few of my friends were out, and I was at my sister's for a barbecue. But again, you just don't overcomplicate it in your own head. You just remind yourself of what you want to achieve, and you just work towards it. But as I mentioned, you don't need to do what I'm doing. A lot of my clients drink at the weekend. A lot of my clients have social events. They all get a meal off plan, at least one meal off plan a week. Again, I just kind of wanted to check in, catch up, tell you that I've lost a stone. But as you can see, I am not ripped. I don't have any I don't have any recent video footage that I could overlap on here either. So I guess I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to see how you were. If you do have anything that you would like to see in this kind of underwhelming transformation-y part, where if you want to just see the repetitiveness of what I'm doing, repetitive, consistent, self-discipline, whatever you want to call it, I can show you anything. I'm more than happy to. I am going to do a video about a week. I'm going to try and condense a full week into one video, and I'm going to try and make it kind of arty and cool and it's worth watching. But I do also want it to have some sort of value to you. I just wanted to check in. I do actually quite enjoy this. As soon as I switch the camera on, I do find myself, like, I kind of relax a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I feel pretty relaxed and I quite like it. It's probably just because I got it in my head to do. But I'm waffling now. Right, so nothing's changed too much. I am a little bit leaner. I'm not in like an impressive lean state yet. I'm sure I'll let you know when I am. But I just kind of wanted to let you know that you do not need to do what I'm doing to just get in better shape or just feel better about yourself. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please just ask. And if I can help any of you at all, get in touch. Callum has some spaces. There will be more spaces for one-to-ones soon. Ooh, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. There's more coming for TS Health and Fitness. And again, online coaching, I can no longer take anybody else on. Callum has a couple spaces, and there will be a potential few spaces coming up in the next few weeks. So thanks again, and I'll speak to you soon.